remind you and anybody listening that we've had several cases of the final arbitration in this kind of election being placed in the lap of the courts. We'll go back all the way to the infamous, or for some people, famous and brilliant 12 2/3 decision. During that process, if you go all the way back in history, I never heard anyone from any side threaten the judiciary the way I heard it when Mr. Datti was speaking on television when I came. And since then, since that decision, we've also had even the decision of the court, which brought Buhari into power after the decision was given, after he had already been sworn in. And again, while awaiting that decision, I never heard the kind of language, the kind of menacing, blackmailing language as that which was to which we were treated by Mr. Datti. And that kind of attitude and that kind of go, do or die kind of provocation is not what I think we've all been struggling for. Let me, by the way, take a break. I seem to be on the right line because you haven't interrupted me. As I said, I didn't hear a question properly. Let me introduce myself properly. I happen to be the person who told one of the candidates, former Vice President Atiku, when he was contesting and he came to see me in my office in Ikeja some years ago. He came with Benga Daniel, my former governor of Ogun State. I said to him, listen, it's about time you people left the stage. Why don't you just go away? We need an infusion of fresh blood into this system. But some people, maybe they read it as a bloodletting. No, I said infusion of fresh blood. I said, so I cannot support you. I think your generation should really quit. Right, he wasn't the only one. I then sought out the current president-elect, Ahmed Tinubu, and I gave him exactly the same message of the Peter Obi movement is the consequence of events like that, including, as I've stated, the NSARS movement. And all this was done in a democratic spirit. Persuasion, campaigning, mobilizing, sometimes even tutoring prospective candidates. Whether or not my position at the time towards Atiku or Tinubu was correct or not, that's not important. What I'm trying to tell you is to say that we acted out of conviction, and therefore we have absolutely no reason to appear even to be against any new generational possibility, potential, when in time for election comes. I have been distressed, however, by this certain aspects of this movement, which for me tended towards the fascistic. And we haven't come this way, all this distance, made all this sacrifice, to watch the entire procedure being jeopardized permanently with unpredictable consequences if we get to a situation where threatening, menacing language is being used, where people are beginning to be afraid to talk, to advise, to contribute, simply because there's disagreement over tactics. And so this is what I was objecting to in Datti's performance. That's what I was criticizing. And I was very distressed to see this being reported as if saying, swear this person in, don't swear this person in. No, 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 no. That is a total distortion. And public discourse, I believe, is jeopardized when that kind of misinterpretation is made of something which I have further. I happen to be, again, that individual who, after an election which was massively rigged, who sat in the plane waiting for the final result, the authenticated results to be brought to me. I was on my way to the United States to address a congressional hearing on the Nigerian elections, on those particular elections. And I said to them, the Oshomole people, I said, I will do nothing if I do not have the right